The only delegation that had more represented at that convention was Pennsylvania, because that's where it was signed. 7 of those delegates were Virginians. My friends, Virginia is where the foundations of this nation were laid, and Virginia is where they must be restored again. They based this nation on 3 fundamental principles. Principle number 1, truth. They said we hold these truths to be self-evident. Not these opinions, not these contemporary mores, but these truths to be self-evident. My friends, we have got to call our commonwealth and our country back to the idea that there is right and there is wrong, there is good and there is evil, there is truth and there is falsehood, and this is a nation founded on truth. That all men are created equal, not evolved. I get in trouble saying that, but I'm glad to stand with George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and all of those who signed, Thomas Jefferson and all of those who signed the Declaration of Independence. They said that our rights and our freedoms do not come from a government, a king, a president, a potentate. They do not come from the majority vote, but they come from Almighty God. And what God has given us, we're never going to let any government take away. We are not a perfect country, but only one nation in the world has been founded on this principle, that all men, black men, white men, Jews, Gentiles, Catholics, Protestants, men, women, no matter what their background or economic status, are created equal and endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. My friends, you see standing before you the great-grandson of slaves and sharecroppers, Gabriel and Eliza Jackson. But I want you to know that I'm proud of my country for what we stand for. I am proud to be an American, and that I am not an African American, I am an American. Standing before you, a former foster kid, raised in poverty, no indoor bathroom, mayonnaise sandwiches sometimes for dinner, biscuits and syrup, and sometimes no dinner at all. I was the youngest in that foster home, and I brought the pot down from the upstairs bedroom. I was the one who took the last bath in a galvanized tub, the last child to get in the Saturday night bathtub. But my friends, I stand before you as a testament to what America can do. That when there is freedom, we can go from being nothing to being something. And that's the promise to every child and every generation that comes after us. That this is America. You can go from nowhere to anywhere your gifts and talents can take you. They also said this. They said that governments deserve, that is, receive their just powers from the consent of the governed. That is, that our sovereignty, our freedom is lent to the government to serve us. We need to send a loud message not only to Washington but to Richmond. We don't work for you, you work for us. We do not give our consent to higher and higher taxes. We do not give our consent to a $17 trillion deficit that our children will have to pay. We do not give our consent to the EPA telling us what we can do on our own land and how we can will respect our Constitution and respect the American people. Virginia is the place where the foundations of our freedom were laid, and Virginia is where they must be restored. The light of liberty has been turned down in our nation over the last 4.5 years. But let's here in Virginia turn it up so brightly that people can see it from sea to shining sea. Let's turn it up so brightly that all of these children know that they have a brighter future than you, their parents, or their grandparents have had. Let's turn it up so brightly that the division that has been used against us is no longer a reality, and we are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's what we stand for as conservatives. Let's turn it up so brightly that every Virginian and every American